Before we begin, make sure you're alone. Close your eyes. Listen to the rain. Because every story has a heartbeat, and some refuse to stop. You're listening to Bloody Chapter. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories that haunt the mind long after the sound fades. Tonight's story: Don't Blow Out the Candle. Where love checks in, but never leaves. The rain had started before sunset. Not a downpour, just a steady, whispering drizzle that made the trees outside sway like they were breathing. Emma Holt pressed her forehead to the window and watched the rain track silver lines down the glass. Halloween night. Her first one in the new house. The farmhouse had been sitting empty for almost 7 years before she bought it. The realtor had warned her, in that polite, rehearsed tone people use when they're afraid of sounding superstitious. Locals say the house doesn't like its lights going out on Halloween. Emma had laughed. She wasn't the superstitious type. She was the practical one, a schoolteacher, logical, steady. At least, that's what she used to be. Before the accident. Before the quiet started following her home. The old clock in the hallway ticked unevenly, its gears catching on the seconds. Somewhere deep in the house, a pipe shuddered. She tried to distract herself by unpacking. The last box was labeled Fragile, Living Room. Inside were a few framed photos: her mother, her late husband, a trip to the coast years ago. She set them on the mantel one by one. When she straightened up, she saw it. A candle, sitting in the front window. Thick, ivory-colored. She hadn't put it there. She froze, eyes narrowing. The wick was unlit. She was sure the windowsill had been empty earlier. She whispered to herself, probably just something the last owner left behind. She didn't light it. She didn't move it. She told herself she'd throw it out in the morning. But as the sky went dark and the neighborhood lights flickered on, that candle was no longer just there. It was burning. At first, she thought it was a reflection, lightning maybe, but when she turned off the lamp, the flame stayed. Soft, flickering, like someone breathing through it. Emma stepped closer. The air around it felt wrong, cooler, as if the flame was pulling the warmth out of the room. On the windowpane, something faint glimmered, a set of smudges, like fingerprints pressed from the outside. A knock came then. Not on the door, on the glass, from the other side of the candle. She stumbled backward, her breath catching. The knock came again, soft, rhythmic, 3 times. Emma turned on every light she could reach. The flame didn't go out. It just leaned toward her. Her phone buzzed, a text from her neighbor, Martha. "Hey, I see the candle's back. Don't blow it out. Seriously, just let it burn till morning." Emma stared at the message. Her fingers hovered over the keyboard. What candle? What happens if I do? No reply came. The rain outside intensified. Wind pushed against the glass. Somewhere in the darkness, she swore she heard a woman's voice, faint, pleading, "Don't let it go dark." Emma sat up all night watching the flame. Every time she blinked, it seemed smaller, weaker, as if something was trying to take it. Around 3 a.m., exhaustion won. Her eyes closed. When she woke, the sun was rising, and the candle was gone. Only a puddle of wax remained, hardened into a shape that looked disturbingly like a handprint. The next day, Emma went into town. At the grocery store, she casually asked the cashier about her house. The woman's smile faltered. "You bought the old Hutchinson place?" Emma nodded. That's the one where the teacher died. Years ago. Left a candle burning in the window every Halloween. Folks say it keeps her soul from wandering. The year someone blew it out. The cashier's voice lowered. They found him in the field. Burn marks all over, but no fire. Emma tried to laugh it off, but her stomach twisted. She didn't believe in ghosts, but she did believe in patterns, and the candle had appeared on its own. That night, the power went out. The rain came harder, sheets of it beating the roof. She lit a flashlight, then froze. Because the candle was back. Already burning. Already waiting. She stared at it for a long time. What do you want from me? She whispered. The flame bent, fluttered, and, impossibly, it grew taller, stretching upward. For a moment, it formed the shape of a woman's face. Familiar. Almost like her own. Emma backed away. The flame snapped back to normal, flickering gently. The air filled with the faint scent of rosewater and smoke. A voice echoed in her mind, not in her ears, a whisper she couldn't unhear. Keep me alive. For 3 nights, the candle returned. Each time, a little closer to the center of the house. Each night, the whisper louder. Emma stopped sleeping, stopped eating. She left notes for herself, reminders that this was real. On the 4th night, Halloween Eve, she decided to end it. She couldn't take the whisper anymore. The candle waited on the kitchen table, flame steady in the dark. Rain hammered the windows. Thunder rolled somewhere deep in the sky. She took a deep breath, leaned in, and whispered, "I'm sorry." Then she blew it out. The sound that followed wasn't silence. It was breathing. Slow, heavy, wet. Right behind her. Emma turned, flashlight trembling in her hand. The beam caught something, a reflection in the window. A woman, standing where Emma had just been. Identical face. Identical eyes. But hollow. The figure smiled, faintly. "Thank you," it whispered. And then it stepped forward, into Emma. The power returned all at once. Every bulb in the house flickered violently. The mirror over the mantel cracked. Emma fell to the floor, gasping, her skin burning with cold. When she opened her eyes, the candle was back in the window, burning brightly. But her reflection in the glass wasn't hers anymore. By morning, the neighbors saw the light. They said Emma must have forgotten the old rule. Every year since, on Halloween night, a new flame has appeared in that window, no matter who lives there. Sometimes it burns quietly until dawn. Sometimes, it goes out. And when it does, someone always disappears. The rain has stopped. But if you ever see a candle burning on Halloween, don't touch it. Don't question it. And whatever you do, don't blow it out. Like, share, and subscribe to Bloody Chapter for more stories that haunt the mind long after the sound fades. Good night, and keep the lights on.